Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
Dennis, can I speak to Joey for a minute? Heck no! Ron doesn't care if I use the phone too much.
Jay North, the endearing American performer forever linked with his memorable portrayal of Dennis Mitchell on the popular sitcom Dennis the Menace, passed away on April 6, 2025, at 73 due to complications stemming from a colon condition. Born in Hollywood in 1951, he embarked on an extraordinary journey that saw him capture the hearts of viewers across the country. North's youthful charm took center stage in 1959 when he starred as the mischievous yet well-meaning Dennis, quickly becoming a beloved figure in households nationwide. Despite facing personal challenges during his early career, he carried on with unwavering determination. His performances in feature films like Zebra in the Kitchen and the adventure-filled Maya broadened his reputation and underscored his ability to captivate audiences of every generation. Following his early stardom, North explored new avenues in entertainment, discovering success in voice work for various animated series. Even as the intensity of fame subsided, he held fast to a profound dedication to others. Joining forces with colleagues from his youth, he spent time supporting fellow actors who faced similar challenges in balancing childhood success and adult life. His transition to a more private path, including work outside Hollywood, revealed a resilient spirit continually willing to evolve. Above all else, Jay North radiated a genuine warmth, reaching out often to those he cared for and reminding them of his enduring affection. His resilience in the face of personal hurdles and his long-standing devotion to connecting with fans forged a lasting impression. Though circumstances led him to quietly step back from the spotlight, he remains cherished for the humor he shared, the kindness he showed, and the hope he inspired in generations of viewers. Robert Trebor, a versatile and engaging performer, will forever be remembered for his spirited portrayal of the merchant Samoneus in the popular 1990s series Hercules, the legendary Journeys, and Xena, warrior princess. With a natural gift for comedic timing and a warm stage presence, he brought both humor and heart to roles that resonated with viewers of all ages. Born Robert Allen Schenkman in Philadelphia on June 7, 1953, Trebor discovered his passion for the arts early, creating short films and writing reviews while still in school. After graduating from Northwestern University, he moved to New York, where he honed his craft in the theater scene, performing in Works by Shel Silverstein. His breakout moment in television arrived in 1985, when he portrayed David Berkowitz in the gripping TV movie Out of the Darkness, opposite Martin Sheen. Yet it was his quick-witted Samoneus, continually chasing both opportunity and redemption, that firmly established him in the hearts of fans worldwide. In 2012, Trebor faced significant health challenges when he was diagnosed with leukemia, followed by a stem cell transplant the next year. Undeterred, he continued to connect with audiences at fan conventions and through his writing, authoring 2 books that showcased his signature brand of humor. Even as he encountered lingering obstacles to his well-being, he remained dedicated to uplifting others. Trebor left us on March 11, 2025, at the age of 71, following complications stemming from sepsis. His enduring legacy shines through the countless memories he shaped, on stage and screen alike. By blending comedic flair with genuine warmth, he reminded viewers that laughter and humanity can coexist, making each performance a gift and a testament to his remarkable spirit. With heartfelt admiration, we remember Richard Chamberlain, a beloved figure in television, theater, and film, whose presence left an indelible mark on generations of audiences. Born on March 31, 1934, in Los Angeles, Chamberlain's rise to fame began in the early 1960s with the role of Dr. Kildare, a character that made him a household name and one of America's most cherished leading men. Yet Richard Chamberlain was never content with simply being admired. Behind the clean-cut charm was a performer with fierce ambition and quiet depth. He defied expectations, leaving Hollywood at the height of his fame to train as a Shakespearean actor in England. His return brought unforgettable roles in acclaimed television epics like Shogun and The Thornbirds, both of which became cultural landmarks and earned him Golden Globe honors. His portrayal of complex characters, from priests to kings to literary giants, captivated audiences and showcased his remarkable range. Chamberlain passed away on March 29, 2025, at his home in Waimanalo, Hawaii, due to complications following a stroke, as confirmed by his longtime publicist. He was 90. Throughout his career, he also quietly broke barriers. Later in life, he shared his truth with grace, becoming a symbol of strength and authenticity for many who admired him from afar. His artistry, courage, and quiet advocacy leave behind a legacy that is both personal and profound. Richard Chamberlain's work will live on, in our memories, in the pages of television history, and in the hearts of those who found something deeply human in his performances.
Angel, earth angel, the one I adore.
Johnny Tillotson, a treasured voice of the early 1960s, touched hearts around the world with his gentle charm and timeless melodies. Born in 1939 in Jacksonville, Florida, Johnny's musical journey began in his youth and led him to national fame when he signed with Cadence Records. By the time he was just 21, he had already captured the spotlight with the unforgettable hit Poetry in Motion, which soared to number 1. 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and made him a beloved teen idol. With a warm voice and heartfelt lyrics, Johnny delivered hit after hit. It Keeps Right on a Hurtin', a ballad written during his father's illness, became one of his signature songs and earned him his first Grammy nomination. The track resonated deeply with fans and was later recorded by artists such as Elvis Presley and Dean Martin. His versatility also led to success on both country and pop charts, with additional Grammy recognition for Heartaches by the Number. Beyond the stage, Johnny was known as a true gentleman, humble, gracious, and deeply appreciative of the fans who supported his career. His wife of 45 years, Nancy, described him as her champion of the realm and shared that he always credited his fans for making his dreams come true. Johnny Tillotson passed away on April 1, 2025, at the age of 86, following complications related to Parkinsonism. Though he is no longer with us, his music continues to echo through time, soft, sincere, and forever filled with heart. He leaves behind a legacy of love, melody, and a voice that once made the world stop and listen.
Be my pillow, take my head.
In the quiet corners of American music history, there are voices that don't just sing. They invite us to feel, to reflect, and to come together. Jesse Colin Young was one of those voices. Born Perry Miller in 1941, Jesse didn't just write or perform, he became a symbol of peace and connection during a time when the world so desperately needed it. As the lead singer of the Youngbloods, he gave soul to the timeless anthem, Get Together. Its chorus, "Come on people now, smile on your brother," became a gentle yet powerful call to unity, etched into the heart of the 1960s. Though he didn't write the song, Jesse made it his own. His tender tenor turned words into movement and message into legacy. Beyond the band, he crafted a solo career rich with emotion and musical exploration, with beloved albums like Song for Julie and Light Shine, where his love for nature and social consciousness shone through every lyric and note. Life, of course, brought its trials. Jesse faced personal and professional losses, including a devastating wildfire that destroyed his home, and later, a long battle with chronic Lyme disease. But through it all, he remained resilient, returning to music with warmth and grace. In 2019, he released Dreamers, recorded with his son, a final chapter that felt like a gift to his listeners. On March 16, 2025, Jesse Colin Young passed away at 83 from complications related to cardiovascular disease, his family confirmed. His music endures, not just in sound, but in the spirit of what it asked of us, to pause, to feel, and above all, to love one another.
Remarkable how Curry manages to be even livelier than his fabric co-stars.
It's a sign! This is a cursed place! Yeah.
Breaking news. Tim Curry, a legacy of artistry, adversity, and enduring spirit. Where is he now? Tim Curry is a name that sparks instant recognition for millions of film and theater fans around the world. With his unmistakable voice, magnetic presence, and fearless performances, Curry carved a space in the entertainment world that is uniquely his own. From his groundbreaking roles in cult classics to his more recent personal battles, his journey has been one of creative brilliance, profound challenges, and, most inspiring of all, unwavering resilience. Today, we reflect on the life and career of Tim Curry, where he came from, what he has overcome, and where he stands now. Born on April 19, 1946, in Grappenhall, Cheshire, England, Tim Curry's journey into the world of performing arts began on the stage. He first captivated audiences in the early 1970s, but it was his unforgettable performance as Dr. Frank N. Furter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show that cemented his place in cultural history. Dressed in corsets and pearls, Curry brought the character to life with flamboyance and charisma, creating a role that would become a symbol of freedom and identity for generations of fans. The film, initially met with mixed reactions, grew into a midnight movie phenomenon, and Curry's portrayal remains one of the most iconic in cinematic history. But Rocky Horror was only the beginning. Over the decades, Curry built a diverse and powerful resume. He played the sinister Lord of Darkness in Legend, the witty butler Wadsworth in Clue, and terrified audiences as Pennywise the Dancing Clown in the 1990 television adaptation of Stephen King's It. His ability to embody both charm and menace made him a rare and fascinating performer. Whether in family comedies like Home Alone 2 or animated series like The Wild Thornberrys, where he voiced Nigel Thornberry, Curry's versatility and voice became instantly recognizable across generations. Yet, even at the height of his career, Curry never chased the limelight. He focused on his craft, on giving life to characters that pushed boundaries and challenged expectations. Audiences adored him, and fellow performers revered his talent. But behind the scenes, Tim Curry's path would take an unexpected and deeply personal turn. In July 2012, Curry experienced a serious health emergency that changed his life forever. A stroke left him with limited mobility, requiring the use of a wheelchair. The experience also affected his ability to speak fluently, posing a challenge for an artist whose voice had long been his most celebrated instrument. It was a moment that could have signaled the end of a career, but not for Tim Curry. Instead of withdrawing from the world, Curry faced this new chapter with the same wit and grace that had defined his work. He leaned into his strength, undergoing extensive therapy and recovery. In interviews, he often attributed his ability to push forward to his sense of humor. "It's not optional," he once said. "My sense of humor is who I am." That self-awareness, that quiet confidence, became his compass. Though he stepped away from traditional screen acting, Curry continued to lend his voice to animated series and video games. He participated in fan conventions and interviews, where audiences continued to express admiration not only for his work, but also for his courage. These public appearances were a reminder that even in a new phase of life, Curry remained connected to the art and the fans who had loved him for decades. In 2024, after years away from major film projects, Curry made a surprise return to the screen with a role in the horror film Stream. The casting generated excitement not just because of the genre, one he had helped define, but because of what it symbolized, a full-circle moment. Curry, the master of eerie and eccentric, was back. This return, while modest in scope, was deeply meaningful. It was a testament to his enduring spirit, his creative fire, and the respect he commands within the industry. Even more recently, Curry announced the release of a memoir titled Vagabond, scheduled to be published in the fall of 2025. The book is expected to explore not only the highlights of his remarkable career, but also the personal journeys that have shaped his life. The memoir promises to be a reflection on decades of performance, transformation, and the pursuit of identity through art, a gift for fans and a legacy for future generations. Despite the physical limitations brought on by his stroke, Curry remains a figure of remarkable presence. He does not shy away from the public, nor does he dwell in nostalgia. Instead, he continues to show up on his own terms, and in doing so, he continues to inspire. Importantly, Tim Curry has maintained a career unmarred by scandal or controversy. He is remembered not for headlines or gossip, but for his work, his fierce originality, his boundary-pushing performances, and his quiet perseverance. In a world where fame often fades fast or gets tangled in trouble, Curry's reputation has remained intact, that of a gentleman artist who gave his all to every role, and who met life's hardest challenges with humor, dignity, and strength. Today, Curry lives a quieter life, mostly out of the spotlight. But his legacy continues to grow. Fans still gather for Rocky Horror screenings around the world. His performances are still studied by actors. His voice still brings laughter to children discovering cartoons from a different era. And perhaps most profoundly, his story of brilliance, hardship, and recovery continues to resonate. Tim Curry is not just an actor. He is a survivor, an icon, a storyteller in the truest sense. So, where is Tim Curry now? He is where all great artists eventually arrive, in the hearts and memories of those who were moved by his work, and in the quiet peace of someone who has lived a life of depth, color, and authenticity. What do you remember most about Tim Curry's legacy? Share your thoughts in the comments as we celebrate the life of a man who turned characters into legends and challenges into triumphs. Sam Moore, the unmistakable voice behind some of soul music's most enduring anthems, embodied the heart and fire of a generation. Born in Miami on October 12, 1935, Sam rose to fame as one half of the legendary duo Sam and Dave, whose powerful performances and gospel-infused harmonies helped shape the golden age of Stax Records. With timeless hits like Hold On, I'm Comin', Soul Man, and I Thank You, Sam's voice became a rallying cry for joy, resilience, and unity. His journey was as dynamic as his voice. Together with Dave Prater, Sam ignited stages across the world, their chemistry unmatched, their energy explosive. Backed by songwriters Isaac Hayes and David Porter and the legendary Booker T and the MGs, their music left an indelible mark on American culture. Yet behind the curtain, Sam faced profound personal battles and a strained partnership, challenges he eventually overcame with strength and grace. In his later years, Sam experienced a powerful renaissance. Collaborating with artists like Bruce Springsteen, Mariah Carey, and Eric Clapton, he reminded the world that his voice was not just a sound from the past, it was timeless. His 2006 album Overnight Sensational proved just that. On January 10, 2025, Sam Moore passed away at the age of 89 in Coral Gables, Florida, due to complications following surgery, as confirmed by his wife and manager, Joyce Moore. Sam Moore wasn't just a singer, he was a soul man in every sense of the word. And though the curtain has closed, the echo of his voice and the message in his music will forever move us to love louder, sing prouder, and hold on just a little longer.
And for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
Olivia Hussey, the unforgettable face of young love in cinema, leaves behind a legacy as poetic as the roles she brought to life. Born in Buenos Aires in 1951, Olivia captured the world's heart at just 15 years old when she stepped into the iconic role of Juliet in Franco Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet. With her delicate voice and timeless beauty, she became the living image of Shakespeare's most cherished heroine, a performance so moving that it earned her a Golden Globe and carved her name in cinematic history. But Olivia's journey was not without hardship. Behind the fame, she faced personal battles, growing up in a broken home, navigating sudden global stardom, and eventually confronting serious health challenges. In 2008, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and though she battled bravely and remained active for years, the illness returned later in life. Her career flourished well beyond Juliet. She moved audiences as the Virgin Mary in Jesus of Nazareth, took on haunting roles in Black Christmas, and portrayed Mother Teresa with grace and devotion. Every role she chose was guided not only by craft, but by a deep spiritual sensitivity that reflected her own inner resilience. On December 27, 2024, Olivia passed away at the age of 73, surrounded by love. Her husband, David Glenn Isley, and several major publications, including People and Hollywood Life, confirmed the news. Through it all, Olivia remained a symbol of quiet strength, a woman who lived with elegance, who believed in the power of love, and who never stopped inspiring. Her story, like Juliet's, will echo for generations to come.
Comes secrets. How can I deny what's right in front of me? Someone who never grows old.
L.J. Smith wasn't just a writer. She was the quiet, imaginative force behind one of the most iconic young adult series of our time. Born Lisa Jane Smith in 1958, she gave life to The Vampire Diaries, a story that would shape a generation's view of love, mystery, and the supernatural. Through Elena Gilbert and the Salvatore brothers, she captured the magic of first love and the haunting beauty of eternal longing, themes that resonated across both the page and the screen. Her books sold millions of copies, and when the television adaptation premiered in 2009, it quickly became a cultural phenomenon, winning over 30 Teen Choice Awards. But few knew the heartbreak behind the scenes. Smith didn't own the rights to her own creation. In 2011, she was let go from the series she had nurtured from the start, replaced by ghostwriters. "It felt like my creation was being dismantled limb by limb," she once said. But she didn't give up. In an extraordinary turn, L.J. Smith turned to fan fiction, not as a hobbyist, but as a best-selling author, fighting to reclaim the soul of her characters. She wrote new stories online, refusing to let Elena, Stefan, and Damon become strangers in someone else's world. In the final decade of her life, while facing a rare autoimmune illness, Smith continued to write. From hospital beds, through pain, and with a deep love for her readers. She passed away on March 8, 2025, at age 66, in Walnut Creek, California. The cause was complications related to her illness, confirmed by her partner, Julie Divala, to the New York Times. L.J. Smith's legacy is one of creativity, courage, and quiet rebellion. She reminded us all that stories matter, and that even when a voice is silenced, its echo can still be heard, page after page.
And what the seller is when Francis wound it up, and it did the full circle right in front of me. He had me at the first lap.
Frank Fritz, the beloved treasure hunter from American Pickers, captured the hearts of millions with his deep knowledge of Americana and his warm, down-to-earth personality. For over a decade, viewers followed Frank as he traveled America's back roads alongside longtime friend Mike Wolfe, uncovering forgotten relics and the stories behind them. Their chemistry, built on a friendship dating back to 8th grade, was a central charm of the show and made Frank a household name. Frank's passion for history and antiques was as genuine off-screen as it was on. With a sharp eye and a kind spirit, he reminded us that every object has a story, and every story deserves to be heard. But behind the scenes, Frank faced profound challenges, including ongoing battles with Crohn's disease, a major back surgery, and, in 2022, a serious stroke that marked the beginning of his long recovery journey. On September 30th, 2024, Frank passed away at age 60 due to complications following that stroke, officially described as late sequela of cerebral infarction, with contributing conditions including aortic stenosis and cerebral vascular disease. His loss was felt deeply not only by family and friends, but also by the countless fans who welcomed him into their homes for over a decade. Mike Wolfe, his co-star and childhood friend, honored him with heartfelt words, calling Frank a dreamer and a brother whose warmth and authenticity touched people far and wide. Even after their time together on screen ended, Frank's spirit remained a part of the journey. Frank Fritz leaves behind a legacy of curiosity, humor, and a deep appreciation for the forgotten treasures of America. His memory lives on in the miles he traveled, the stories he shared, and the joy he brought to so many.
Been some discussions about Tracy's tests, but they could never be found anywhere in our system. Because they're Luke's.
Leslie Charlson, the beloved actress who brought heart and grace to daytime television for nearly 5 decades, will always be remembered as one of the most enduring figures in American soap opera history. Born in 1945, she became a household name through her iconic role as Dr. Monica Quartermain on General Hospital, a character she portrayed with depth, strength, and elegance from 1977 to 2024. For fans who tuned in year after year, Leslie wasn't just part of a show, she became part of their lives. Through Monica's triumphs and tragedies, Leslie's performances brought emotional truth and authenticity that resonated with generations of viewers. She helped define the golden era of daytime TV, becoming a cornerstone of one of the longest-running scripted series in American history. Her path wasn't without challenges. Throughout her career, Leslie faced the pressures of a fast-changing television landscape and health struggles, including a significant setback in 2018 that required time away from the screen. But she returned with her trademark poise, reminding us all of the strength behind her enduring presence. On January 12, 2025, Leslie Charlson passed away at the age of 79 from age-related complications. The news was shared by family and confirmed by reputable outlets including People and Variety, marking the end of an extraordinary chapter in television history. Her legacy lives on in the many lives she touched, through every heartfelt scene, every dramatic twist, and every quiet moment of humanity she brought to the screen. Leslie Charlson's contribution to the world of storytelling remains a beacon of grace and devotion that will never be forgotten.
They whispered and they pointed, and Grandpa stood up extra.
Bill Burge, a gentle soul and beloved character actor, brought joy to generations of viewers through his unforgettable role as Bobby in the beloved Ernest film series. Known for his quiet demeanor and expressive comedic timing, Burge stood out in films like Ernest Goes to Camp, Ernest Saves Christmas, Ernest Goes to Jail, and Ernest Scared Stupid. His presence became a staple of family-friendly entertainment in the 1980s and 90s. Born in Tennessee, Burge lived a humble life that reflected the kindness and simplicity of the roles he portrayed. Though he shared the screen with some of the biggest names in comedy, Burge never let fame change him. Outside of Hollywood, he worked as a librarian at the Metro Nashville Public Library, where his love for knowledge and community remained at the center of his daily life. Through the years, Burge quietly battled health challenges, especially in his later years. He passed away on January 9, 2025, at the age of 86, due to complications related to age and declining health while in a care facility near Nashville. Despite stepping away from the spotlight in recent decades, his memory remained strong in the hearts of fans who grew up watching his films. What made Bill Burge truly special was his ability to make people smile without saying a word. He was the kind of performer who didn't need the spotlight. He simply lit up the screen by being himself. His work remains a cherished part of many childhoods, and his gentle humor and warm spirit continue to resonate today. For fans of classic comedy, Bill Burge will always be remembered as the man who made quiet laughter feel like the loudest joy.
Baby, let me know and let it grow.
Joey Molland, the last surviving member of the legendary band Badfinger, passed away peacefully at the age of 77, surrounded by loved ones. His family and longtime friend Paul Davey confirmed that Joey had faced ongoing health challenges, including pneumonia and complications related to diabetes, which ultimately led to his passing. Born in Liverpool, Joey's journey through music was nothing short of extraordinary. He joined Badfinger just as the band transitioned from the Ivies and began recording for the Beatles' Apple Records label. With hits like Baby Blue, No Matter What, and Day After Day, Badfinger captured the heart of a generation, and Joey's melodic guitar lines and harmonies helped shape the group's unforgettable sound. Beyond Badfinger, Joey's talents extended into the orbit of rock royalty. He contributed to George Harrison's All Things Must Pass, performed in the concert for Bangladesh, and played guitar on John Lennon's Imagine, timeless projects that marked him as a trusted collaborator among the greats. In the decades that followed, Joey faced hardships, from the loss of his bandmates to legal and financial struggles. Yet he remained a steadfast figure in the music world, continuing to perform, release solo albums, and connect with fans around the globe. His final solo work, Be True to Yourself, released in 2020, was a heartfelt reflection of resilience and authenticity. To those who met him, Joey wasn't just a rock star. He was a kind, generous soul who'd take time for every fan, share stories, and make people feel like old friends. His spirit lives on in the music that continues to move generations.
Right? It was only like $1,000 for the first hour.
There are some voices in television that don't just perform, they linger. Jill Jacobson was one of those voices. With a career that gently wove through soap operas, sitcoms, dramas, and comedy clubs, Jill became a familiar presence in homes across America, not because she sought the spotlight, but because she shone in it with such ease. Born May 11, 1954, in Beaumont, Texas, Jill's path was always guided by a deep love for performance. She made her mark as Erin Jones in the popular series Falcon Crest, a role that showcased her unique blend of warmth and intensity. But her presence didn't stop there. From the starship corridors of Star Trek to the newsroom of Murphy Brown, from daytime dramas like Days of Our Lives to late-night laughs at the Comedy Store, Jill moved seamlessly between genres, always bringing sincerity and spark. Off-screen, Jill was a woman of humor and heart. She wasn't afraid to poke fun at herself on stage or offer a listening ear backstage. Her resilience was quiet but powerful, especially in recent years, as she faced health challenges with grace. She continued to perform, to write, and to connect, even while navigating a long battle with esophageal cancer. Jill passed away on December 8, 2024 at 70, but the legacy she leaves behind isn't measured only in roles or credits. It's felt in the way she made audiences feel seen, heard, and entertained, a storyteller who brought her whole heart to every scene. In every laugh she sparked and every line she delivered, Jill Jacobson reminded us what it means to show up fully, with courage, with wit, and with love.
Leave me alone.
You're a little bastard! We got no choice but to...
Breaking news. Today, we take a heartfelt journey into the life and legacy of one of cinema's most quietly resilient and deeply admired figures, Sam Neill. Known to millions as the determined and compassionate doctor, Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, Neill's career spans more than 5 decades of captivating performances, personal evolution, and a passion for storytelling that continues to inspire audiences around the world. But behind the cameras, red carpets, and critical acclaim lies a journey of strength, reflection, and an enduring love for life itself. Sam Neill, born on September 14, 1947, in Omagh, Northern Ireland, and raised in New Zealand, began his artistic journey in the world of theater before making his mark in international cinema. With an understated charm, powerful presence, and ability to balance subtle emotion with commanding strength, Neill rose to global recognition through films that continue to resonate across generations. His breakthrough came with The Haunting and Atmospheric Possession in 1981, a performance that showcased his fearless approach to emotionally complex roles. But it was in 1993, with Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, that Neill became a household name. As Dr. Alan Grant, a paleontologist thrust into a world where dinosaurs walk again, Neill brought both gravitas and warmth to the character, anchoring the film's fantastical premise with a deeply human performance. In the same year, he appeared in The Piano, a critically acclaimed drama that won multiple Academy Awards and further cemented his reputation as one of cinema's most versatile actors. Over the years, he continued to shift seamlessly between genres, from the horror depths of Event Horizon to the adventure of Hunt for the Wilder People and the chilling elegance of Dead Calm. His body of work reflects not only artistic range, but also a quiet consistency that has earned him admiration across the industry. But Sam Neill's story is not just one of screen success. In recent years, he has invited audiences into a more personal chapter of his life, one defined by both challenge and resilience. In 2022, while promoting Jurassic World Dominion, Neill received a diagnosis that altered his daily life and routine. What followed was a period marked by significant medical treatment and ongoing care. And yet, even in this deeply personal chapter, Neill chose to meet the moment not with despair, but with reflection and gratitude. Rather than stepping away from the public eye, Neill responded by doing what artists do best. He told his story. In 2023, he released his memoir, Did I Ever Tell You This?, a book filled with warmth, humor, and introspection. With every page, Neill offered glimpses into a life filled with fascinating characters, personal revelations, and a sincere appreciation for the ordinary moments that shape us. Throughout the memoir, he writes not as a celebrity, but as a human being navigating change, embracing joy, and savoring connection. He spoke candidly about how the days spent on his vineyard in New Zealand, surrounded by animals and nature, provided him with solace. He also reflected on the delight he continues to find in creative work, whether on screen or on the page. In addition to writing, Neill returned to the screen in 2024 with a lead role in the mystery thriller series Apples Never Fall, alongside Annette Bening. The show not only marked a triumphant return to acting, but also reaffirmed his enduring relevance and brilliance as a performer. Despite the challenges he has faced, Neill remains a creative force, focused, present, and deeply connected to his craft. His authenticity has only strengthened his bond with fans. Known for his humorous and heartfelt social media presence, he often shares updates from his farm, interacting with sheep, ducks, and pigs, all with the warmth and wit that have made him so beloved. It is a side of Sam Neill that fans cherish just as much as his iconic roles. A man who finds joy in simplicity, speaks truthfully about aging, and embraces the unpredictability of life. What is particularly remarkable about Sam Neill is his refusal to let any single chapter define him. He is not just the man from Jurassic Park. He is not just the actor from The Piano or the narrator of poignant documentaries. He is a father, a winemaker, an author, a storyteller, and above all, someone who approaches life with curiosity and grace. When reflecting on missed opportunities, such as the iconic Australian film The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, which he turned down, Neill acknowledges them with honesty and humility. "I did not get the joke at the time," he has said, laughing at his own misjudgment. It is this blend of self-awareness and humor that endears him to audiences all over again. Unlike many public figures, Neill has avoided controversy and scandal. His reputation remains intact, built on professionalism, kindness, and a lifelong dedication to his craft. He is often described as someone who shows up for his roles, for his friends, and now for himself. In a time where longevity in the entertainment world is rare, Sam Neill stands as a testament to perseverance through authenticity. Today, he continues to balance work with rest, sharing his love of storytelling while enjoying a quieter, more grounded existence. Whether on screen or tending to vines in his beloved New Zealand vineyard, Sam Neill lives each day with intention, humor, and humility. His story is not about a single defining moment, but about a lifetime of them. Moments of artistic achievement, moments of private challenge, and moments of everyday joy that remind us all to keep going, to keep creating, and to keep loving life for everything it is. What does Sam Neill's journey mean to you? What role or moment stands out the most in your memory? Share your thoughts in the comments as we honor a man whose legacy will continue to grow, not only in Hollywood, but in hearts around the world. If his story moved you, like this video and subscribe for more tributes to those who inspire us through talent, grace, and courage.